Hi and welcome back to my channel. So I'm excited about this week's coaching video because this week I'm going to be giving you 12 reasons why hitting rock bottom is the best thing that could ever happen to you. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, Michelle, who in the world wants to hit rock bottom and why is that a good thing? Well, let me tell you why. Number one, at the bottom, you realize just how far off course you were and that your life choices were simply not sustainable. So it's in those dark moments of despair that your anger and frustration become so great and you declare once and for all to never again accept such mediocrity from yourself or from others. So see, hitting rock bottom is not necessarily a bad thing, but if you didn't hit rock bottom, you wouldn't realize that. Number two, at the bottom, all your dysfunctional behaviors are finally brought to life. And we all have some, if not at least one, dysfunctional behavior. So if you never hit your lowest point, the dysfunctions continue to go unnoticed and unchecked, playing out under the denial radar and inevitably creating bigger dysfunctions and a harder fall down the track. Until the bubble bursts, you clearly delude yourself into thinking everything is just great and your life ends up being built on a big fat lie and a false foundation. Okay. Number three, hitting rock bottom is the beginning of questioning everything that you've ever thought to be true. You question your motives, other people's motives, your beliefs, your fears, why you did things, why you didn't do things, why you attracted certain people and circumstances, why you succeeded, and why you failed. The very fabric of your life is turned upside down and examined in raw detail. It's from this point that you build again from the ground up with a fresh perspective based on your renewed sense of clarity. So now you see why sometimes you have to hit rock bottom, because it'll make you question everything. And then once you start to question it, then and only then can you get better and fix those issues. Number four, at the bottom, your disempowering patterns and behaviors become glaringly obvious. And the triggers that kept you repeating those behavior patterns come into sharp focus. So you realize that hitting rock bottom was not only inevitable, but it was necessary, because the behaviors were simply not conducive to your growth. On top of that, and perhaps most importantly, also are the rules you've been playing, all the rules you've been playing pop into your conscious awareness. It becomes clear that you've been a kind of a puppet, right? Playing the same role over and over again, creating the same dynamics over and over, and keeping the drama going over and over. You see where we're going with that? Like a well-paid actor in a soap opera. It's not until you break the mold and start the journey back to your true self that you stop playing those old, scratched records and begin to create new conscious outcomes. Number five, you realize at the bottom that you were, in fact, not where you thought you were in life. And how humbling is that? When you hit the bottom and you realize that where you thought you were, you really weren't. You let your ego run the show with grandiose ideas about what you could do, not knowing that you didn't yet have the foundation to successfully accomplish those things. Ego's death grip loosens when you come to the realization you start to trust life and choose to live in the moment more often. As you surrender to your higher self more and more, you align with your right purpose and right path, and it feels good. Number six, you gain humility. You see that life is not black and white and that you don't know everything. In fact, you realize you know very little, and you decide to become a student of life rather than a juror. Number seven, you gain compassion. Excuse me. You understand what it's like for people in the depths of despair, shame, guilt, and fear. You can't help but come back from the bottom feeling immense empathy with the human condition. And I'm going to tell you something. That's something that if you've never experienced, oh my goodness, you have not lived. When you can gain compassion and see the human condition in other people, that's a very, very humbling experience. Been there, done that. Number eight, you're able to let go of everything because nothing is working anyway. Letting go of the old creates space for the new, and soon new ideas, people, opportunities, talents, and gifts start to flood into your experience. As you empty your cup, so to speak, you fill it back up with stuff that you actually want instead of accepting what is unconditionally passed on to you. Life hands you a fresh cup of reality. If you remember last week when I did the little demonstration with my computer mouse in my hand, I can't receive what's really meant for me in this right hand. Why? Because I have something in it. Now, this left hand has nothing in it. So guess what? I can receive all that's meant for me because I have nothing in this hand. This one, however, is occupied. So hitting rock bottom is not a bad thing. Number 9. After you hit the bricks, you perhaps, for the first time, begin to accept full responsibility for all the outcomes in your life. Again, I've been down that road. You see that blaming is futile, that complaining is dumb, and that making excuses is for the unenlightened. You realize it was you who created all the good and all the bad in your life. It was you. You created that. You dug the hole in which you're trapped. And only you can dig yourself out of that in order to finally become whole. So very true. Number 10. The good news is once you've hit rock bottom, you know you can't possibly go any lower. And honey, that is so true. When you hit rock bottom, there is nowhere else to go but up. You realize the bottom is actually a great springboard from which to push yourself to the surface, away from the darkness and back into the light. Number 11, hitting rock bottom wakes you up to how you were relying on externals to make you happy. Instead of needing outside validation, you begin to trust yourself and start the journey within to find your own sense of self, your own sense of purpose, and your own validation. This new inner sanctuary becomes the foundation for your happy and meaningful new life. Number 12, and finally, after hitting your lowest point, you become enormously grateful for all that you have from that time forward. Can I just tell you, I know that feeling. I am so grateful for everything that I have now because of hitting rock bottom in the past. So you're sure that your situation can only get better from here, and it does. Simple things such as a smile from a stranger, fresh food in the refrigerator, warm clothes on your body, a comfy bed, your good health become things to treasure. Your existence is a constant prayer of gratitude to the universe and to yourself for having the courage to move beyond hard times and choose life when you could have chosen a number of other options just to make the pain go away. And those other options could have been drinking, it could have been getting high, could have been a number of things, but you didn't choose those things to make the pain go away. Now here's your bonus, because you know I like to give bonuses. Only once you're willing to explore your darkest depths can you truly be of service in the world. Only when the old foundations crumble can you begin to build again on new and solid ground. Let me say that one more time because somebody needs to hear this. Only once you're willing to explore your darkest depths can you truly be of service in this world. Only when the old foundations crumble can you begin to build again and on a new solid foundation. You guys, I'm telling you, this is some powerful stuff. So if you thought hitting rock bottom was the end of the world, and I've been there. I've been there where I've hit rock bottom. I thought, oh my God, what are people going to think about me? What are they going to say about me? You know, because people see me as being this strong person. And I do, you know, have to be that strong person for so many people that when my weaknesses, you know, come out, you worry about what people are going to think. Well, honey, don't worry about what they think, because hitting rock bottom is not a bad thing. It allows you to push yourself back up, stand taller, and do a new thing, a new and better thing, and to get rid of those things that are just holding you back that mean you no good anyway. So those are your 12 reasons why hitting rock bottom is the best thing that can ever happen to you. So if you're in that situation, you're either in it, going through it, coming out of it, I can just tell you that you will become a better person. Now, here's the key. You have to learn something from it. If you've hit rock bottom and you stood back up tall and you kept doing the things that you were doing before, you haven't learned anything at all. So I encourage you to go back and read through these, and I'll list them in the comment section, but just listen to it again, read it again, and decide that, okay, I've hit rock bottom, but I'm going to get back up and be a better me. Okay, because I strive to be a better Michelle every single day, and I want you guys to do the same. So that's all I have for you guys, and I just want to say thank you so much for my newest subscribers. Thank you so much for always supporting me in all that I do. I truly love you guys to the moon and back. And you know I don't use that term love loosely. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Go on and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell, because I don't want you to miss out on anything that I have to share with you guys. So until next week, I want you guys to stand tall, be the best you that you can be. Not only for you, but for those people that depend on you every day. Until next week, I love you guys. We'll talk again soon.